What's good, y'all? This is Jacob. I'm back and I'm better. I have reached a new level of awakening, transcending rationality and trying to make sense of things and asking myself if certain things matter, because I'm driving myself crazy. And I've recognized for the past several years, I've driven myself crazy to the brink of insanity to experience all these negative emotions because of overthinking and over philosophizing and trying to make sense of the world, like human behavior, and asking them with negative intentions, like these questions like, why are humans the way they are? Why is life the way it is? Why am I here? Like, I was asking them from negative emotions rather than like the childlike wonder and the fun that and enjoyment I used to experience from asking those types of questions. Now it's just like, it's so stressful, like, and I'm really getting nowhere. Like, if I was experiencing like clarity and simple truths were being revealed to me, it would be a different story I'm telling right now. But it's getting even more confusing. And so I'm just surrendering that pursuit itself, like, altogether, because yeah, I no longer care if things matter. I no longer care if things make sense. That's the thing I would deal with in that level of perfectionism or just the tyranny, the tyrant within me, wanting to have complete control of everything. Now I just want to be a complete, I guess, goofball like SpongeBob and Patrick and just dance and vibe and just build things without, being so attached to certain outcomes. I just want to build things now, have fun building a sandcastle again. I want to go back to that. Even if the wind does blow the sandcastle away and it disappears, it dissolves, I don't care about that no more. I'm no longer being a tyrant of trying to control certain outcomes. I just don't, because that has sucked the joy out of the joy of creation itself. All right, that's what I've come to learn. And the more I learn that there's a lot more to learn. But at the same time, we need to let those things come naturally through life experiences versus trying to force knowledge into our brains and then giving ourselves information overload and then catastrophizing it with panic and anxiety and fear and then depression or regret from doing too much self-reflection. Like, we can also enter that extreme. We do know that most people in society, most people surrounding us, don't indulge in enough self-reflection. But if you're still giving power to your feelings, then you can indulge in too much self-reflection where you start feeling regret and you start feeling bad about yourself, and you put yourself in this sophisticated cycle of beating yourself up because you're not living up to your high standards fast enough, And guess what? Because you aren't hitting those high standards fast enough, that arises from your addiction to instant gratification. And why are we addicted to instant gratification? Because we're giving power to our feelings. And yet we love to pretend like rationality is the end all be all. Like, that the universe can somehow be explained in some logical manner, and we're endlessly searching for those logical explanations. How about we just live and let be? You know what I'm saying? How about we just be? How about we just let be and be? Like, why can't things be that way when we were children? Like, yes, we were still learning things as children, but through natural experiences versus force and exhaustion and burnout and overthinking and confusion and chaos. Like, why can't things be peaceful? Like when things were when we were children. And guess what? Nothing is stopping us. Nothing's stopping me. Nothing's stopping you. Other than this damn pursuit we keep pursuing. Okay? So maybe you're dealing with this yourself and you need some encouragement to break out of this paradigm. You ask yourself, before you upload a creative project or wherever, and before you press publish, maybe even before you press record, maybe even before you press record, you're doubting this idea because you want it to matter so badly. So you keep it in the projects without letting the world hear your truth, or without letting yourself express your emotions and how you're feeling. Like, this could be your therapy. Like, your creative pursuits could be your therapy. These projects, once they're released, they could be your therapy. It could be letting a lot of feelings off your chest so you can experience better mental health. But then you're holding all of these creative projects back because you want them to matter. What is your criteria for something mattering? And then when you're not creating things, you're sitting in your bedroom, you're trying to make sense of the world. You're from a state of despair. You're asking why human beings are the way they are. Like, why are we so evil? Why is humanity and mankind so corrupt? Like, why does mankind love the bullshit so much? But guess what? While you're asking all these questions from a state of despair and negativity, you yourself are participating in mankind's bullshit. Just a sophisticated kind of bullshit. So, yeah, man, just take things one peaceful step at a time. And if the sandcastle dissolves and disappears, then the sandcastle dissolves and disappears. I mean, we all die anyways. You might as well enjoy life instead of pursuing this fantasy of you one day knowing everything and you one day having everything you ever wanted. No, we will always be in a state of not knowing many, many things. And we have to accept that state of not knowing many things and letting newfound knowledge and wisdom come to us naturally through life experiences versus trying to force it by consuming content from social media creators 24/7 and all this other stuff we're trying to do. Rationality, making sense of things. The more you do that, the more you realize you really don't know anything. And the more you realize no human being really knows shit. Like, every human being is just pretending that they know shit. Like, dead, like, for real, human beings are legit just pretending that they know stuff. I'm over here being the chosen one and admitting, all right, I really don't know anything. I'm just gonna let it live. I'm gonna let it be. I'm a bee, and I'm just gonna dance and vibe for the 80 or so years that I may be on this planet. I don't know how long I'll live. I don't really care. I don't really care if you cry on the really shoulda never lied. I just don't care no more how long I'll live. Like, I'm focused on today. I'm focused on today. I only have enough mental energy to care about today. Like, legit, I'm placing so much priority on my own mental bandwidth and energy now, and placing my attention and energy towards the things I really care about and things that are creative pursuits and things that build my health, wealth, knowledge, and wisdom and love. Things that build my love for myself, things that build my love for life and love for humanity. That is what I'm starting to care about now. Truly. And you do that, then this what's helped me is focusing on my breath. Just as I am now, living in the present moment, taking things one peaceful step at a time. Because guess what? There is no way to peace. Peace is the way. Do you know the way now? Surely hope you do. I just told you. Peace is every step. Peace is every breath. It's in every step. It's in every breath. Now, I'm not making this blanket assumption that philosophy and rationality is not useful to a certain extent. I do believe these pursuits are useful to a certain extent, but like everything in life, they have their limits. Unless you love philosophy and you love asking these questions about reality and you have no attachment to any outcome like a tyrant, but rather you're freely doing it with childlike wonder and awe for reality and awe for the universe, then that could be your life purpose, and it could be beyond a certain season, but rather it is compatible with your entire timeline of your human lifespan. See? That is ikigai right there. I don't know how to pronounce ikigai. It's like a Japanese concept of you being aligned with your life purpose. Like, if you don't enjoy it, just take a step back and start dancing and doing things randomly and start creating things without being attached to certain outcomes, without caring about whether it matters. Like, I cared way too much before, and if you're an empath like me and you are a very rational person like me, you will just come to terms with the fact that you have limited energy and mental capacity, and there's certain things you should not care so much about. All right, like, focus on yourself and your mental health and the progressive realization of a worthy ideal that you visualize in your mind right now. Visualize in your mind every night when you go to sleep, because you truly do want a better life. Focus on that and making tangible progress versus sitting there in an armchair doing armchair philosophy, doing this, doing that, if it isn't aligned with your life purpose. And like I've said before, if you don't know your life purpose, ask questions that help you find it, and do the things you love without giving a damn about the resistance and these voices of resistance that give you so many excuses as to why you shouldn't express yourself authentically and creatively and in a healthy way. Because at the end of the day, that could be conformity for all I know. That could be conformity. That could be socially conditioned beliefs that pop up time and time again. You just got to learn to transcend that and to do the right thing anyway. Despite all of the inner demons, I know it's difficult. This is the shit I go through every day, every night. Like, I'm not saying this shit for no reason. I know it's easier said than done. But we still got to do it anyway. We still got to transcend anyway. Like, how hard it is, why is it hard? I don't care about those questions no more. I don't. I just want to enjoy life now. I just want to experience what this world has to offer. There's so many cities I could be traveling to, so many countries and different cultures and buildings I could admire the artwork of. And here we are. This video is ending for a reason, is to make true a vision. This video is ending for a reason, is to make true a vision we believe in.